Today you're gonna learn how to make awesome melodic house bass lines like the pros are doing. I'm gonna tell you one truth. If your low end doesn't work, nothing else matters. Today, I'm gonna show you how to make bass lines that actually hit, from deep and groovy bass lines to warm and more sustained bass lines, inspired by artists like Böhmer and also Oskar. So let's dive right in. In modern melodic house and deep house productions, you can choose from a variety of deep and groovy bass lines like Oskar and Anjunadeep does, like something like this, if you want to listen to kick and bass. Essentially, they're playing a 1/2 progression and it's syncopated as well. It has a syncopated rhythm. And you can see that it starts with the one on the beat and then it plays one in what I call in a groovy position and then it plays an offbeat and then it just pretty much repeats itself all over as you can see it. But what are groovy positions pretty much? Groovy positions are, if you put this in 1/16, you can see that you have the position number 2 and the position number 4. This is what I consider a groovy position. And a combination of a groovy position with these offbeats over here, which is position number 3. This is really nice to create groove in your song, and as you can listen to it as well. When talking about sound design, I normally like going to a more versatile wavetable, which is something like I Can Has Kick. If you compare it to a normal saw wave, you can see that it misses a bit of emphasis, a bit of character as well, while this one just is really rich and is really versatile. One thing that I normally recommend is just put the phase and the randomness to 0 to guarantee that the bass always hits the same way, and then play around with the wavetable position until you find something that you like. And if you want to, you can also adjust it over here. You can click this here and you can go into the wavetable editor and you can give emphasis to any harmonic. For example, if you want this to be louder, or this. Just showing you some examples of what you can do it over here. And normally you can leave envelope 1 as it is and just go and modulate everything with envelope 2. So in envelope 2, you're gonna go and attach this to the cutoff, put the cutoff a bit down, normally a tighter bass line. So MG low 24 is a good way to start. And then you attach it over here to the cutoff to make it pluck a little bit, just so you can listen without it. And when you have a bit of that pluck, and you can see that we're also giving a bit of a boost in this low end over here, just to give it a bit more emphasis in the low end. And we are also doing this over here. But really special is the sidechain, because if you don't sidechain, it's just not gonna sound tight along with your kick. And you can see how this grooves a lot more. But now talking about levels. What is the perfect level for the bass line and for the kick? That's the $1,000,000 question. And like anything in music, it depends. Depends on what you want and depends the amount of danceability and the amount of power that you want. But one thing is sure, they have to somehow be close to each other. For example, listen to this over here. Sounds good, right? But now listen to this. It's a bit too loud and it's going to sound a bit crowded, especially in clubs. Now listen to the opposite. Now we only have kick and it sounds a bit thin. It sounds like it's missing something. So one way that you can do this is make sure that you're using a spectrum, and you can use Ableton spectrum and use these settings over here to make sure that you're seeing exactly like I'm seeing. Or you can use span with these settings to make sure that you're seeing the same way that I'm seeing in Ableton. What we want is to get the bass close to the kick. So we go with the bass somewhere like here. And you can see that we're pretty much where we were before. One thing that I like doing is my bass has to be from 0 to 3 dB from the kick. I normally don't like having my basses louder than the kick, but again, it's not a rule because I've definitely seen other songs where the bass is a bit louder. How much louder? From 0 to 3 dB. Don't go too far up, don't go too far down. And one thing that is also really important over here. Can you see how we're playing here C? If you look at the kick, The kick is in G, but shouldn't we tune this to C? No, not necessarily. One thing that I like doing is having the kick around F sharp, G, G sharp, especially for melodic house and deep house. But to me, they always need to be within the scale. So G is within the scale of C minor. So that's why we're using G, and that's fine. If you're using a different progression, make sure that one, they're within the scale. And again, my personal preference is F sharp, G or G sharp, because I'm normally safe with either of these choices as well. Now, if you want to listen to everything in context, whenever you call me up, whenever you call me up again. And if you like this track, you can get it over here in the description below. It's a free download, so you can dive into anything and go into the leads, into the vocals, and also into the bass line, which is perfect to understand mixing and arrangement. But now let's talk about sustained basses. Now, you can also go for a warmer kind of bass line and a bit more sustained like Böhmer does in a lot of his tracks, like something like this. Simple progression with a lot of glide, and you can see that it's something in the E major scale. We start with the second, fourth, and then we go to the tone. And the design of this bass line is super simple as well. We're going here to use wavetable for this, and we're going to deactivate everything, so we just focus on the sound at first, and then we're gonna activate everything one by one. But this is a simple wavetable plugin by Ableton, and if you want to recreate this in Serum, you can start by using a saw wave like this. And we combine this with a second oscillator, which is just a square wave, but it's a lot quieter. And now if you listen to both together, now they both have a lot of attack and also a little bit of sustain as well. You can see that it's a little bit lower, but what modulates everything here is envelope 2. Envelope 2 is creating this modulation in the filter, and we're doing this over here in the matrix, as you can see it. Without it, it basically doesn't play anything because the frequency is all the way down. So with this modulation, it opens and stays a little bit higher, as you can see it over here. And we also have a modulation which we're doing here with envelope 3, and we're modulating here the pitch, as you can see it. Without it, it plays bang, it doesn't play wah. And it sounds just a lot cooler like this. Now, going into the effects, we add a bit of erosion just to add a bit of warmth in the sound if you want to make them a bit bigger, just so you can hear them. Quieter. And without them. It's really subtle, just a bit of saturation in the sound. Also, one thing that I forgot to mention here, put it in mono and activate the glide over here so the notes glide into each other. Going back, we're using this filter over here that has a bit of drive in it, and you can see that the sound is going to sound richer, but also a bit more filtered because we're actually filtering this. This drive is adding a bit more crunch in the sound while also making it nice and deep. Now we're also adding a bit of sidechain, as you can listen. Low cutting it a little bit just to tame lower frequencies. And we're adding another kind of saturation here with the filter. This is more of like a Moog ladder filter, and we're adding a lot of drive here to get, again, more crunch, just so you can listen without. And to finish, because we added a lot of saturation, we're just taking out a little bit of the low end. Now, if you want to dive deeper into writing melodic house tracks like a professional, check out the Melodic House Academy Volume 2. It's a step-by-step learning pathway with in-depth courses and also a complete sound library designed to help you take your productions to the next level. So go over here in the description below. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you loved it, subscribe to the channel. This is Lil already from Abstract Music Lab signing off. Ciao.